Hey guys, welcome back to Soulstorm for Unification. Today I have a 1v1 for you again on Fata Morga, as players seem to like it. We have on the northern side playing Death Guard, we play a Winterorb, going for 5th company, Pox Mongers. I think this is the Terminator thingy. On the other side playing Orks we have Oops, I think, going for the very standard opener. He would need a generator being added. And it would be the most standard opener of standard openers. Haven't seen these guys playing at all. There's the generator, so he knows at least the standard build order. And here we go. Yeah, going shooter boys. Very nice. So he knows the build order, something that even some more veteran players do not do very well. Even doing the little Gretchen trick over here. So he knows what's up. On the other side, let's see how his opponent Winterorb does. I think he got 3 cultists, very nice. 3 cultists into Plague Lord, which is really nice. I think the Plague Lord aura for Company 5 is one of the better auras. I think it's something like either health degeneration or slow. So Company 5 most people do not like because it does give bonuses only for the Terminators very late. But the aura you get around your primary commanders is really neat. Yeah, going now for the Big Mac. So very standard over here. Also, I think very standard in the terms that you are playing cultists heavy. And yeah, not a lot of marines. That tends to be the way that most people like to play Death Guard, or think that they are the strongest that way. I mean, you could get some assault marines in conjunction with Plague Lord. That could be very well. They could fight very well against these sluggers, gotta say. On this side, some sluggers going against some cultists. On this side, the sluggers trying to get the decap, I think. But there is already the Plague Lord. Plague Lord could deal good damage against him. Probably killing a model or 2. If he stays adamant about it. Or getting close, actually. If the cultists continue firing, this could be even 2 models. But no, not fun. They're coming into shooters, but I do not think you will make a big dent against this. Like dealing 50 damage and then need to go away. Sluggers now going to melee against the cultists. Cultists can hold their own, actually. Oh, there they are. Assault Plague Marines. So yeah, he also knows the meta. There's like 2 ways currently Death Guard are played the most. Either like a lot of cultists and don't get like a commander or anything, or getting Assault Plague Marines. Assault Plague Marines are really good in melee, as they are really durable. They can also get a little charge from upgrade. But that's already the Big Mac over here. I'm not sure really how good the Big Mac fares against the Plague Lord. Normally the Big Mac tends to lose these tier 1 commander fights, but it's very durable in the sense that he has quite a lot of health regeneration when attached to his squad. Yeah, he really needs to disengage over here. If he teleported in, he needs to run. If he can teleport, he needs to teleport right now. Ooh. Did he survive this? Very low. Saving some slugger boys with them. So this is absolutely not worth it, because the regeneration of the Plague Lord is, I think, higher. I mean, yeah, the Big Mac has pretty high regeneration with this regeneration bonus and whatnot. But yeah, that's still very, very dangerous. These Gretchens almost dying, so I think getting the Gretchen infiltration would be a good thing after all. Killing some cultists over here, but yeah, the Big Mac is very low. In come the Assault Marines with Plague Champion. Is the question, does he go for another Plague Assault Marine, or is he trying to get to tier 2? He adds another generator, which I disagree on. Look at the economy. And the Gift of Repository would need some upgraded listening posts. And not another generator, to be honest, over here. Sluggers losing Rage Combat to get rid of these pesky cultists over here, but in comes the Assault Marines and they need to go. Gretchens actually died, it seems, or they stopped. Probably died. Do you have 2 squads? Yeah. Getting 1. Oh, Orc build up is pretty nice. You get a War Banner, then the Pile of Guns, and then get another War Banner. So this is build order wise pretty clean from Oops over here. Let's call him Oops. Assault Marines trying to get the War Banner, but the War Banner is shooting back. A lot of cultists over here and the Assault Marines, and the Plague Lord over here trying to get these Gretchens down, getting an Assault Marine in melee with the Big Mac, but Big Mac now again going into melee against the Plague Lord. Plague Lord I do not think does slow. like the normal Chaos Lord. But yeah, still. He now upgrades some listening posts, which is nice. And yeah, a lot of cultists now shooting, looking at this banner and shooting at it. Is he getting some upgrades over here? No, he would need a few more upgraded listening posts. On the other side, do we get Daka, okay, which is not highest priority in my book, but yeah. Am I to judge here? Would rather like me another war banner over here. Questions? Are no infiltrated, question mark? No. It seems to be something, but it is only like the stench of those guys, I think. Okay, there comes the shooters. Did the one shooter boy squad die on the other side? Questions are not infiltrated, so we go over and watch from the Ork side, so we see everything. He really needs to get his listening post up for his economy, because his economy isn't the greatest. Has a lot of power actually. He would need to upgrade more points like this, and yeah, he just now notices it that he can do that. And then the question is, yeah, get some more upgrades, I guess. Need another war banner for then the heavy boy armor. More power even for Winterorb over here. Not really sure why. I would rather have a faster tier 2 than getting the generators up. It's a common mistake. So now you have like 150 income power sitting there for, I don't know, for hard days. I don't know. Getting now the remorseless warriors. Not sure if you have gotten the disgustingly resilient already. Fighting next to your post can be nice because I think you get some regeneration auras. Or is it only place now increases units regeneration rate and hurts enemy morale regen? Yeah, there you go. It's not the it's not completely the same as for Chaos Space Marines, because for Chaos Space Marines it's a multiplier, and I think for Death Guard it is a additional health regeneration because the multiplier was too big. Because their standard health regeneration is absolutely high, and then getting a multiplier on top of it was a bit too strong. Now comes the Moroses Warriors, is now there, but we do not have anyone getting bonuses from it, as these cultists do not get a bonus from it. They have now their little cultist champion over here, helping out. Assault Marines getting rebuilt. They can get their champion in tier 2 and stuff. Or can they get him right now? I think they can. No, you need tier 2 for the Death God, actually. The dual shooter boy is getting forced back for now. Plague Lord looking healthy. Big Mac has regenerated a bit as well. In terms of economy, I have 110 and 30 against 116 and 30, so more or less the same. Tier 2 is getting closer for Orks as well. Adding another war banner, should need just one more. And then he's tier 2. The question is now, what do these guys want to go in tier 2? For now they are just fighting with tier 1 units. What do we have here? Yeah, the Bane Pit. And yeah, bloated rhinos, desecrators, the flies, we have bot flies. The world is the oyster. Getting now another generator. Tier 2 is not finished yet, but getting the custom gadgets is very nice. Getting also the heavy boy armor, but he's floating a hell of a lot of power. So he could get, once he's tier 2, some vehicles or even aircraft like a Daka jet as support. Has the heavy, the big shooters, I guess. Yes, the big shooters allow you to outrange these listening posts, which would otherwise deal a hell of a lot of damage. In comes the Assault Plague Marines, not having their leap yet. So disgustingly resilient is not being researched, which I kind of a bit sad about it. And the Desecrator it is. Getting infant vehicle pop upgrade here needs to get first. And there's also now the Malignant Plague Caster, dealing very good AoE damage with the standard attacks, and has some abilities that buff your melee capabilities or make you more durable. I'm not really sure actually, I forgot. I'm sorry. Tier 2 now finished for the Orks, having a lot of stuff. Getting, yeah, for the mech shop, getting also Blastier research, which is increasing the damage of the big shooters. There in comes the shot of the Malignant Plague Caster, already using one of his abilities, Cloud of Flies or something like that, making him probably, I think, taking less range damage or something. But yeah, look, the AoE ability with this mighty orb attack over here. Tank busters being added as he saw the desecrator. Getting tank buster infiltration. Yes, very nice, very nice. I think one tank buster is no tank busters. You normally see them in pairs, I guess. Blast your research is very nice if you now add some tank war tracks or war trucks. Let's keep it open so we see if he wants to add some of those. Now we have a big old ducker line in the middle, awaiting anything coming from it, and we have a war track actually. No, war truck, very nice. War truck can be used with these shooter boys and has a big shooter mounted as well. Yeah, he can get a twin glass gun because he's company 5, but yeah, would need some tier 3 for that. Plague Havocs now here for anti-vehicle capabilities mostly. People tend to get them nevertheless for building bashing and some disruption actually. They can disrupt, if they hit they can also do, ouch, some anti-infantry if they can hit, but not as much as they used to be. In comes now tank busters from both sides. As I said, they come in pairs. One is over here and big shooters now opening fire. This is a good ducker line, but eating some not good smelling shots from the desecrator over here, which in turn getting now stunned from the Big Mac and now focused by the shooter boys, tank busters, which are on both sides. So this should fall over here. The Plague Lord overestimating his durability. In comes the war truck as well. So this is an engagement the Orks win very hard. There's even now the tougher bosses being added here, making I think also your commanders a bit better. The Big Mac again very low in health, eating some rockets even. Holy shit, that was close. These rockets were hitting better than they sometimes do against vehicles, it seems. I think the hit chance is the same for vehicles and infantry, but don't tell anyone. Adding now a second desecrator and the American Playcaster being added again. There's now the war track. The question is now, do you keep him in his rocket form or do you give him a bomb chugger? Bomb chugger against his infantry in the forms of these Havocs would be nice. Havocs need to go away, I guess. They should actually, yeah, they focus on these war truck. You see immediately 2 volleys are enough to almost kill it. The third volley will kill it. We have now desecrators in the back. Yeah, using even their little ballet things here with the artillery, using their Havoc launchers over here, the listening posts firing in, Havocs firing in, war tracks, tank busters from afar, shooter boys in the front, Plague Caster over here, what is here coming in, Havoc, Plague Champion. So everybody's standing here having a good old party, but yeah, the winner of this party, or the guy having the most fun in this party is a Nurgle this time. It's not Gork or Morg. War track actually staying in his anti-vehicle, now getting bomb chuggers. Yeah, so not sure if this engagement in the midst of these 2 listening posts and all these vehicles was wise. Hopefully, I think should have used more open ground over here and generally abused the slowness of the Death Guard. Like if you attack them where they are all standing right now is probably not the best idea. Quite a lot of float of power you could get and should get the requisition upgrade if he hasn't already. Okay, the air tower. I don't know. Getting tier 3 actually. Holy shit. Tier 3 could get started now. Yeah, okay. Tier 3 is now for both. Adding now the enhanced aim and whatnot. We stick of course with the Orks point of view. So we see the Gretchens actually repairing the war truck and some tank busters. All resources being used now for the requisition upgrade. Nice, you really need it as Orks, more than for others. There are now some, all having these bomb chuggers now, I think. Yeah, bomb chuggers here. Concentrating their fire on these Havocs, I guess. The Desecrator in the middle trying to kill some Slugger boys. The Desecrator over here actually turning around because of the tank busters, I guess, but only the tank busters is the thing he needs to fear. All these war tracks have now bomb chuggers. So yeah, a lot of artillery against artillery over here. We have the Desecrator artillery against the bomb chugger artillery. Yeah. Look at these fights. Nice. some random rockets hitting some havocs in the back, exploding on fire. Wartrack making a little wheelie or whatever. Now getting killed. Very interesting. Tier 3 is almost done for both players. Yes. And then the big guns come in. He gets the Blade Grenades weak cap increase, so he could get Predators. Plague Marines could get Terminators, of course. Now we could see some Flash Kits, which is like the obvious choice. Yeah, there you go. With Mad Dog, if he has enough. Yeah, classic Ork things over here. He would need another requisition upgrade, which you can now get. You need tier 3 for this. Bomb chuggers not being as effective, especially if used against these desecrators, of course. Would need to focus down the havocs over here. The listening post is not firing, nothing in range yet. Havocs firing, Plaguecaster over here as well. Detecting the scratchings, which try to repair the war tracks. This is something about the Orks which I am finding really hard to play against. It's like they have not the greatest vehicles, but they have vehicles and then they have infiltrated repair units, and then you're like, oh shit, I want to kill this vehicle, but they're getting repaired endlessly. Same with buildings and stuff. We have now some tank busters on the hunt on the left side. I like this. This is a move that Orks can really do better than most factions, having a singular anti-vehicle or anti-building in this part unit being separated and doing some building bashing, where especially against this Death Guard here, they are really slow, you know. Shooter boys getting the fighting juice, so they are not dying. You see it over here, like they keep on delivering until this juice ends. Not sure how long it lasts, but I will keep them selected, so you will see once this red glow of them disappears, they will all die in a second, I guess. Now it's away, and yeah, down they go. Actually getting quite a lot of regeneration in the meantime, interestingly enough. But the Havocs now coming in. In tier 3 they can now get their special missiles. Oh, but there's the Plague Burst Crawler, one of my favorite units, delivering artillery fire now in from afar. Tank busters would need actually to come over here. There's now the Death Shroud Terminators getting actually knocked down by these tank busters over here. They do not detect. Yeah. There's also the other Terminators. Not sure if he gets them. There's a Plague Predator, not a Plague Burst Crawler. So getting for the tier 3 vehicles, probably always, almost full. And he cannot get a Predator actually, as long as these Desecrators and everything is out. There's even a Killer Can now. Okay, there's some frontline vehicles. Ouch! Look at the artillery fire of the Death Guard here. They are, quite artillery line. There's now also the other Terminators, the Blight Lord Terminators, the Ranger, and they can get autocannons and whatnot. Plague Spears, autocannons, Blight Launchers, but first of all need more units, I guess. Killer Can over here, but the Flash Kits are not the unit you would need against all these vehicles over here. They are very nice against these Terminators and stuff, but against this steady vehicle line, is he even getting the side sponsors? No, these can get anti-cannons if you would need to have some anti-vehicle. But I think these Flash Kits are a thing from the past. Wow. Even now the Plague Predator coming in, because one of these Plague Burst Crawlers coming out. Really nice voiceover on this unit. Heh. What are the tank boss? They're still here. Still here getting some generators. There are now some possessed and some fly. No, the Plague Caster. You could get some flies, and the possessed will be able to hunt them down. One of the faster units in Death Guard. You rarely see them actually, but here they are really shining, hunting down some units that you would normally just could disengage. We see a lot of Maddox, and there's the Flag Trucker. I was actually considering the other day, thinking, we never see this unit, but here we have it. Added in the version 7 point something from the campaign only to skirmish. Has totally economy friendly trail behind him. Holy shit, this is even worse than the Dagger Jets, and I thought the Dagger Jets had some worse engines. Holy moly. Can get also a Zap Gun in tier 4 however, like the looted tanks as well. Question is now, yeah, more killer cans, I guess, for front lines. Flash kits. He would actually not need the flash kits. He would need the looters. They have long range anti-vehicle. That would be very nice. I mean, yeah, you have the tank busters, but still. Plague Predator staying with the standard loaded. You can get the twinning cannon, and then you could get also Spear. I'm not sure if there was a second upgrade behind it. In comes the killer can and the flash kits, but I'm not having big hopes for these poor flash kits. I mean, the economy for the Death Guard, I'm not switching right now, would need probably be very low, as yeah, they are losing 2 points, or 1 point they lost, and the another points on the base is getting attacked. But yeah, look at all these flies. We have now Blightlord Terminators actually getting into melee, something we rarely see over here. They can also like vomit at the opponents while they're coming into melee. Really nice, really nice. Wow, getting now their scythe in the enemy face over here. They are getting some mushrooms for their own diet later on. The Plague Predator coming in. What is detecting over here actually? Is it yeah, the Cultist Champion also detects, so we have some detection overall. But yeah, this is now an interesting base trade scenario. Is the Flugger truck actually did go down? Oh, sad, I haven't seen it. There's now the Plague Havocs as well, and we have now a GG being called by the Orks. Wow! What a nice game of these players I never heard before. The Winterorb and Oops both played very nicely over here, knowing their build orders, knowing their units, some float here and there, but generally a very nice game, I have to say. Just look at the trail of bodies over here. This was like the Orks coming one way, getting defeated, and then the Death Guard coming the other way. The Orks trying to defend but could not. Wow, I'm really astonished by both players playing this so well, I have to say. Normally when I see players' name I don't recognize, I'm like, okay, let's see how they do and whatnot. But this was really nice. I hope I still see these guys again in the future. But yeah, without talking too much over here, as usual guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!